All right, folks. This is a Hein Werner jack, which took over for Lincoln. Okay, because Lincoln used to make the jack. And then it was sold under Snap-on under the same part number, 93642, except Snap-on put YA on it. But it's actually a Lincoln jack painted red for Snap-on. But now Lincoln is no longer around. The newest one is Hein Werner, who took over. I'm just going to show you what the difference is. It's pretty much the same, but they made it more rebuildable. That's the part number. That's the box right there. From what I can see, right off the top of the bat is screws, so you can remove this rod in case you need to replace it. Over here, it was welded. See it? That one was probably just wedged in. That's okay. The universal joint that goes to the pump, look how thick that is compared to the other one. That's the same. That's a replacement cap. The old one just had a little screw on it with a little rubber thing on it. The springs look the same. The pump looks the same. This one's a little bit canted this way a little bit. I don't know if it's designed that way. What else? I love this because the saddle is much bigger. All right, it's bigger than the ones you get Daytona and all that Harbor Freight stuff. Okay, when you're doing heavy work, you don't need the rubber pad. You need regular metal saddle. All right. I don't like that rubber pad. Plus, it's a lot smaller, maybe a little smaller than this, but this actually grabs whatever you gotta lift. Okay. What else? Reinforcements. They put a reinforcement in here now. Okay, which was not in the old one. So what happens if you lift something and it's a little cockeyed? It twists the chassis, and look at this. You can actually spin this wheel because the chassis is a little bit off. All right, should be on all fours. The wheels are about the same. These wheels are the best wheels that you could buy. You definitely don't want to drag this at 4 o'clock in the morning because it makes a lot of noise. Okay, so yeah, you can't be too stealthy with this. What else? This jack has been around with me since the early 80s. Never had a problem with it. Maybe about 5 years ago, it twisted when I jacked up a rear end to move a whole car over. That's what twisted it. And about the same amount of years, the rear casters went. What happened was that all the little ball bearings came out. So I bought the original Lincoln Hein Werner casters. Didn't buy that cheap stuff, and it's been with me ever since. And it's great. It is actually great. Let me show you what this twisted chassis looks like. Oh, it's got the removable handle. Little screw on the side here. That comes right out. The pump looks the same. You can see the reinforcement back here. It's removable over there now with the bolts. Everything's welded up nice. I'm going to show you. Let's put this down. I'll show you what I mean by the chassis is twisted. There you go. You see it? See the gap? Okay, so the thing went this way and it went this way. That's what happens when you try to move a car, jack it up. But nowadays they make dollies. Either the Go Jacks or Daytona makes the yellow pair. So you can move the car a little easier now. But the old days, we used to jack this up in the rear end and then move it over. So somebody blocking your driveway, you drag them out. That's what we used to do. All right. But I love the Hein Werner. It's been around for years. Hopefully this will be another 35 years of keeping it. All right. Look at that. That's it. Yeah. The other ones are low profile, the Daytona brand and the Harbor Freight and the Snap-on brand. So yeah, if you're looking for a low profile, this is not the one. All right, you can see it's a little higher here and it goes straight down on a slant. The other ones make like a big drop and then go this way. So those are for like the lower cars like that. See that neon? This would never go underneath the front frame over there because it hits the nose. So what I usually do with that is I put a little 2x4s, drive up over it so that the car is up in the air, then you can put this jack in there. Otherwise, if you have a low car, listen, the low profile ones are just as good. But 2-ton, that's pretty much all you need. Not doing anything heavy. But, all right. In with the new, out with the old. All right. Like I said, this one was with me for a long, long time. Went through all my rebuildable cooter, restored it, and did a lot of work with it. Got his money's worth. Definitely got my money's worth. But, all right. Thanks for watching.